There is a photo on your phone right now of a whiteboard, or a business card, or a handwritten delivery note. And the only reason it exists is that you did not have time to write the information down. There is also a scanned contract in your email that somebody sent as a picture, so you cannot search it, cannot copy a line out of it, cannot do anything with it except squint. And somewhere in your week, there is half an hour where you sit and retype something off a screen into a document, glancing back and forth, getting a digit wrong, checking it again. It is the dumbest work in your business, and you do it every week because the information you need is trapped inside a picture. Today, I want to show you how to get it out. Not by buying a scanner, and not by hiring somebody to do data entry, but by handing the image straight to an AI assistant that can read it, pull out exactly the bits you need, and give them back in a form you can actually use. One thing before we start. It reads the picture, but it can misread a picture, so you check what matters. It reads, you verify the picture problem. Let us name where most owners get stuck and call it level 0. Half the information in your business arrives as an image. A supplier photographs a delivery order and sends it on chat. A customer sends a screenshot instead of typing the question. A contract comes back scanned, so the text is really just a photograph of text. Your own phone is full of pictures of whiteboards, receipts, name cards, and handwritten notes from a site visit. None of it is searchable, none of it is copyable, and none of it can be pasted anywhere useful. So you do it by hand, retyping, glancing back and forth, or worse, you do not do it at all, and the information dies quietly in your camera roll. That is level 0, your business paying you to be a typist, one photo at a time. What reading an image actually means. Before we open any tool, get clear on what we are actually asking for, because an assistant is only as good as the target you hand it. This is not magic, and it is not a scanner. A modern AI assistant can look at a picture and do 4 useful things. First, it can read the text in it, printed or handwritten, straight off a photo taken at a bad angle in bad light. Second, it can pull out just the parts you asked for, the total, the date, the name, the phone number, instead of dumping the whole page at you. Third, it can put those parts into whatever shape you need next, a table, a list, a line ready to paste into your system. And fourth, it can tell you what it could not read, the blurry digit, the smudged word, so you know exactly where to look. Read it, pull out what matters, shape it, flag what is unclear. Name those 4, and you can brief an assistant properly. Thusly, gather the images and say what you need. Here is the first move, and it is simpler than it sounds. You do not need to prepare anything special. Take the photo you already have, or the scan already sitting in your email, and give it to the assistant as it is. If you have 20 of them, give it 20. But then add the one thing only you know, what you actually need out of it. Nobody needs the whole whiteboard transcribed. You need the 4 action points. Nobody needs the entire name card read aloud. You need the name, company, email, and mobile in a row, ready for your contacts. So say it. From these delivery notes, give me the date, the supplier, and the item count for each. From this whiteboard photo, give me the decisions and who owns them. The image plus a clear ask. That is the whole input. Brief the AI like a careful assistant. Now the shift that makes this work. You do not just drop a photo in and say, what does this say? Because you will get a wall of text you still have to read and pick through, which is barely better than squinting at the original. Instead, you brief it the way you would brief a careful assistant sitting beside you with the paper in their hand. It sounds like this. Here are 8 photos of handwritten delivery notes. For each one, give me the date, the supplier name, and the total number of items in one table with 1 row per note. Where the handwriting is unclear or you are not confident, write unclear rather than guessing and tell me which note it was so I can check that one myself. That brief is the whole secret. You are asking for exactly what you need, in the shape you need it, with the doubts marked. Instead of a transcription you have to work through all over again. Let me give you the specific jobs to ask for every time, because together they turn a camera roll into usable information. 1. Read every image, including the handwritten and badly lit ones, because those are the ones you were never going to type up. 2. Extract only the fields you named, so you get answers rather than a wall of transcription. 3. Put it in the shape you actually need next, a table, a list, a paste-ready line for your system. 4. Flag what it could not read clearly and never guess, because a confidently invented digit is far more dangerous than a blank. And 5. Tell you what is missing, the note with no date, the card with no email, so you know before it becomes a problem. Read it all, pull the fields, shape it, flag the doubts, name what is missing. Ask for those 5, and you get the information out and off your desk. One pile start to finish. Let me make it concrete with a made-up example. Picture an owner we will call Priya, who runs a small hardware supply business. Her drivers photograph every signed delivery note and send it on chat. So by Friday she has 40 photos, some crooked, some in van light, most handwritten. Normally she or her admin retypes them into a spreadsheet, which takes most of a morning and always has a mistake in it. Instead, she uploads the batch to her AI assistant and asks for one table, one row per note, with the date, customer, item count, and the driver's name, marking anything unclear rather than guessing. 6 minutes later, she has a table with 36 clean rows and 4 marked unclear. She opens those 4 photos herself, reads them properly, fixes them in a minute. The morning is back. That is level 1. Retyping versus reading. Now let me name the real difference this makes, because it is not just about typing less. It is about information that used to die in a camera roll now actually reaching your business. Level 0 is retyping. Everything arrives as an image. None of it is searchable or copyable. So you either burn a morning transcribing it by hand with a mistake in it somewhere, or you skip it and the information is lost. Level 1 is reading. The same pile of crooked, handwritten, badly lit photos goes in, and out comes exactly the fields you asked for, in the shape you need, with the genuinely unclear ones flagged for you to check, in minutes instead of a morning. Your job shrinks from typing everything to checking the handful it was not sure about. You are still fully in charge. The AI reads and shapes. It does not decide what is true. Your judgment stays in charge. This next part is not optional, so I want to be direct. Reading an image is guessing at shapes, and sometimes the guess is wrong. A 1 can look like a 7. A 5 can look like a 6. A smudge can become a letter that was never there. And here is the dangerous part. It will often be wrong confidently and neatly in a tidy table that looks completely trustworthy. So spot check. If the numbers matter, if they are going into an invoice, a payment, or an order, open a few of the originals and check them against the table yourself, especially anything that surprises you. Insist that it marks what it cannot read instead of guessing, and take those marks seriously rather than skipping past them. Handwriting is where it struggles most, so trust at least there. The AI is very good at getting text out of pictures fast. You hold the judgment about which numbers have to be right. A simple way to start. If you want to try this, here is the low-effort way in, and it is smaller than it sounds. Do not start with your most important documents. Open your phone, find the photos you took this month that you never did anything with, the whiteboard, the name cards, the handwritten note from a site visit. Pick 5. Give them to an AI assistant and ask for exactly what you wanted from them in the first place, the action points, the contact details in a row, the measurements. Ask it to mark anything it cannot read. Then check its work against the photos, since you have 5 and it takes 2 minutes. That is the whole experiment. 5 dead photos turned into something you can paste. You will feel almost immediately how much of your week has been you working as a typist for your own camera roll. And because I promised no hype, here are the honest watchouts, and please take them seriously. First, misreading is real, especially with handwriting, faint printing, and long strings of digits like account numbers, so anything that touches money gets checked against the original. Second, a bad photo gives a bad read, so if it is blurry or half in shadow, take it again rather than trusting what comes out. Third, always demand unclear over a guess, and if it hands you a perfect table with nothing flagged from 40 scruffy handwritten notes, be suspicious rather than pleased. And fourth, photos of contracts, identity documents, and customer details are sensitive, so keep them inside tools you trust And do not upload what you are not comfortable sharing. Use it to free information trapped in pictures. Keep the checking of anything that matters in your own hands. Quick recap. Let me pull it together. Level 0 is half your business arriving as photos and scans that cannot be searched, copied, or used, so you retype it by hand or lose it in your camera roll. Level 1 is handing the image straight to an AI assistant with a clear ask, the specific fields you need, in the shape you need them next, with anything unclear marked rather than guessed. The 5 asks are read it all, pull the fields, shape it, flag the doubts, and name what is missing. Then you spot check the originals, especially anything with money in it, and fix the handful it flagged. What you get is the information out of the picture and into your business, in minutes instead of a morning of squinting and typing. If you have ever sat retyping numbers of a photo on your phone, glancing back and forth and getting a digit wrong, this is the workflow that gets text out of pictures and scans, so you stop working as a typist for your own camera roll. And we made a free step-by-step course that walks you from level 0 to level 1 in plain language. No jargon and no technical background needed. It shows you how to get an AI assistant onto your own computer, working with your own photos, scans, and files, so you can try this on your real pile instead of taking my word for it. Head to afirstasia.com/level1 and take the free course. Do it once, on 5 dead photos from this month, and feel how different it is to get an answer instead of a typing job. And if you want more of this, practical AI workflows built for SME owners, honest and no hype, then subscribe. Level 1 is right there. Go take the step.